It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer, and today we got a beer from Two Tribes Brewing Company, and this is their Campfire Hazy IPA in a 440 milliliter can at 5.2% ABV. There's a look at the can. Who doesn't like a campfire and a couple of beers? Sounds perfect, doesn't it? And you can see here on the back of the can what this beer is all about. You've got Cafe del Car Park. This is quite funny, that is. Cafe del Mar, famous Ibiza nightclub. They call it Cafe del Car Park. You got someone mixing some music there. Think about the beer. Think about the beer in your hand. Music, someone mixing some music. Sausages on the campfire there. Someone playing some live music there. And somebody holding a radio there. It's got the feeling of summer about it, hasn't it? Thankfully, it's not raining today in Wales. We've had some horrendous rain. January, February 2024. It's been horrible. It's nice to slowly think that we're maybe slowly edging towards summer, and maybe some campfires, and maybe some beers, and maybe some sausages, and maybe some music. Let's get the beer out into a glass and see what we get. They're going for the feel-good factor. Two Tribes. I picked the beer up in Sainsbury's. It was in the region of £3 to £3.50 per can. I bought it a couple of weeks ago now and I've lost the receipt. But it's in that kind of £3, £3.50 range. 2 finger white head. Hazy, straw-ish coloured beer. It looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Not much in the way of sediment in the bottom of the glass. Just a nice haze. So a slight kind of unfiltering of the beer then. Aroma. Smells good. Tropical, hoppy. Grapefruit, orange peel, passion fruit. A little bit spicy, a little bit peppery. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. That's really good. For once, it doesn't have the feeling of a supermarket beer. It doesn't have that kind of generic, all taste the same New England IPA taste to it that I've really been feeling, and it's really made me quite sad. I've always, whenever the supermarkets drop their beers, and January definitely a good month for supermarket drops of craft beer. They always change their lines at the beginning of the year. Here in the UK anyway, I'm not sure if you're watching in America or Europe, might be slightly different there, but in the UK, January, they kind of refresh their lines in the UK. This year, 2024, they've all been between £3 and £3.50 a can. We've had a lot of line changes, shelf changes with beer. but they've not been very good. They've really not been very good, and it's been a real shame. It's been a real shame because it was just that it was just about manageable. It was just about manageable craft beer. It was £3 a can, £3.50 a can. If you were to have a little mini session in your garden, get the barbecue lit, buy yourself 4 cans, 3, 6, 9, 12 to £14 for a little session in your garden. You don't mind that, do you? You don't mind it with a couple of sausages on the barbecue, bit of a session going on. If you've got to buy beer for your partner, like I generally have to do, then you're talking £24 and £28. How's your maths? Yeah, not too bad. It's manageable. It really is. But the moment it's not very good, the moment it becomes bang average, which this season has really, this January has, the supermarket, Sainsbury's, Tesco, Morrison's, it's been all right. It's been all right. It's not been magnificent. Well, it's not worth your money then, is it? You're starting to think to yourself, well, I'm going to start looking at the lager aisle. I'm going to go back to the lager aisle and maybe buy some lager again. Someone's banging something out there. I feel like I'm taking away from this beer though a little bit. I feel like I'm not giving this beer the kind of hype that it deserves. This is a good IPA. The reason why I went into that whole kind of speech of, oh, it's not been a very good year, is because it really hasn't. But this is a shining light. This beer is a shining light. This beer kind of, it's refreshing. It's drinkable. There's some tropicalness coming through. There's some individual flavours of tangerine and blood orange and some grapefruit. It's crisp. It's refreshing. It's slightly herbal. It feels like this is a beer from an individual craft brewery that you might find from a bottle shop. And for many years, that's what we had. That's what we had from the supermarkets, was it still felt crafted. It still felt like it was from a bottle shop. This does. But there's been many beers in the 2024 release of the supermarket beers that have just been all a little bit way too samey. That kind of rich creaminess coming through, sweet, overly sweet, and kind of just a generic tropical flavour. Not that interesting. But this is good. This is very good. It's refreshing. It's juicy. It's tropical. Feels like it's coming from an individual craft brewer. Right, Campfire Hazy IPA, 5.2% ABV. It's good. It's good. Two Tribes Brewery, Two Tribes Brewing Company. Let's rate it, 5.2% ABV. I like that. It's worth an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.